Greetings. I'm Brigitte Mars. I live in Boulder, Colorado, and it's an honor to be part of Medicine Weavers. When I think about what is really important to share, there's something so simple that we all need to know about. You know, I see a lot of people walking around with masks on, and I see people are still spraying pesticides in their yards. It makes me so sad. Have we not been hearing that the bees are dying at an alarming rate? Have you not heard that there's these murder hornets that have come to America that tear the heads off bees and will invade their hive? Yeah, just what we need. A pandemic and murder hornets. Yeah. So I really feel that our food supply is in peril. I think you've probably been hearing about farmers being forced to euthanize their animals. Personally, I wish they would just let them all go free, and if anybody wanted to hunt, they could, but that's another agenda. But you know, vegetables are being dumped, milk is being dumped. I think hunger is a very real possibility. And I feel if I'm supposed to talk about anything really important, it's that we need to start creating edible lawns. And I know a lot of us think, you know, but I live in an apartment or I don't own property. But you know, we need to change the regulations. The whole idea of a grass lawn where all the grass is just like 3 inches tall and it's mowed, well, that uses 30 to 50% of our nation's water. It uses gasoline to mow it. And I have to tell you, leaf blowers, lawn mowers, and weed eaters are noisy. They scare the fairies, they scare me, they wake you up on Sunday morning. Not a good idea. So where do we begin? We have to look at that nature is resplendent, and dandelions were actually brought to this continent by the pioneers. They brought them because dandelions are such an important food. Not only are they one of the first foods for the bees in the springtime, but they have long saved humanity. You know, dandelions, they don't kill the soil, they aerate the soil, making it more available for other plants to grow and utilize the planet's nutrients. Okay, so dandelion's just one of many, but you can eat the dandelion leaves. I do not get how some people will spray dandelion leaves and then get in their car and drive to Whole Foods to buy lettuce or kale from another continent even. That is so crazy. We're gonna have to change that. So dandelion leaves are edible. It was originally one of the bitter herbs of Passover. Dandelion leaves are diuretic, meaning they increase kidney function. You know, anyone who's been on diuretics, whether it be for high blood pressure or whatever, knows that diuretics deplete the body of potassium. But dandelions give you potassium. Why don't we just sell people dandelions? Well, you can't patent a plant. Dandelions grow freely, they're widely available. And you know what? These plants are Jedi and strong. The fact that they grow despite people spraying herbicides, walking on them, dogs peeing on them, this plant is a survivor. And you know what? I would love all the pollution to go away, but I don't think it is too quick. So we better learn to evolve and adapt, because just like viruses adapt, plants adapt, and humans can adapt. Raise it up a little bit. So dandelion leaves, eat them. They're high in magnesium and calcium. And you know, dandelion flowers are edible too. All this week I have made dandelion loaf, dandelion muffins. I'm going to make dandelion gnocchi later on today. They're really high in lutein. And you can buy a bottle of lutein at the store. Come see me at Pharmaca. I'll sell you a bottle of lutein, but you can eat the dandelions for lutein, which strengthens our eyes and is good for our immunity. And do you know that you can even boil the stems like noodles? Boil them for a couple minutes till they get soft, and then you can saute them with garlic and onions or olive oil or whatever you like, basil. I think I'm gonna do that with my class tomorrow night. Dandelion crowns, the little unopened flowers, these are edible too. The little crowns are edible. And then, you know, dandelion roots are also edible. I like to wait for the spring to dig them up, actually change that. I like to wait for the fall to dig them up, and then you can saute them or dehydrate them. You can roast the dandelion roots and they taste like coffee. So somehow we've been bamboozled about a lot of things, and some things we can change and some things we can't. But the dandelions are a valuable plant, that they're the first food for the bees in the springtime, that they aerate the soil, and that every part of the dandelion is edible. And I really do believe that eating the weeds is going to help us adapt and acclimate. We need to be like the dandelions. So if you want more information, you can look online. I have an article called Get Off Your Grass and Create an Edible Lawn. It was on Huffington Post a few years back, but it's still out there in the internet waves. And learn to eat the dandelions. Thanks for joining me, Brigitte Mars at Medicine Weavers.